Hey guys, welcome back. It's me, Stu. Thanks as always for stopping by to watch the videos. Justin and I sincerely appreciate it. It means the world to us, and we can't thank you enough. Today, we're taking a look at some of the stuff that we picked up this week. For myself, Justin does an amazing job with the toy hunts. If you're checking those out, man, we appreciate that. Share it with a friend. It really helps the channel grow. We sincerely appreciate any help with that. Looking to get to 1,000 and beyond very soon. But this week I started off with Dick Tracy and the blank. This one came to my doorstep via the fine folks at Mezco. Out the door and on the doorstep about $135 and some change. Is it worth it? I think so. Amazing artwork there on the box itself. Really cool. And then the figure. I mean, what could you say? They're really posable. You lose some of that mobility with the cloth. But at the end of the day, these are really great looking figures with really great accessories, awesome soft goods, and it's Dick Tracy. How can you go wrong with that? I started in with Dick Tracy last year whenever I was able to pick up from Big Bad the 2-pack with Dick Tracy himself in flat top, and I figured in for a penny and for a pound. I did not pick up Prune Face. He was the first one, and I didn't pick him up because I'd kind of gotten burned with Mezco's 112 when it came to Star Trek, because I went all in and picked them all up, but they stopped before they even made a McCoy, so I couldn't even have the Trinity of the original series, so that was kind of a bummer. So Mezco, a little bit of an expense when it comes to action figure collecting, not necessarily for everybody, but then again, you can spend $130 to get something like this, a plain brown businessman. Bruce Wayne in the McFarlane Batman the Animated Series line. So this is basically the continuation and end of what DC Direct did way back in the 2010s. So about 10, 12 years ago, probably even longer than that now, they started doing the Batman the Animated Series. Picked all of those up, but now McFarlane's doing them again. I wasn't going to pick them up again just for a Build-A-Figure, but Bruce Wayne was the one that broke me, because I knew that this was going to go for a big price on the aftermarket, and I was worried, quite frankly, that these were not going to peg warm like the other waves were. So FOMO took over, and quite frankly, that's all it is, because I've got this guy already, I've got Pamela Ivesley already, I've got Bane already, and I've got a Phantasm. I took those guys out of the package, because at least those are the coolest looking ones to me. But had to build Bruce Wayne. Didn't want to miss out. FOMO buy on that one. So I know what I did. But sometimes toy karma comes around and you can get a kind bounce off of life's cart path. Enter the Maxi-Zeus wave. Super cool. $8 and some change a piece. Check your Target end caps. Justin was able to find the 3 out of the 4, everybody but the Joker. He found those in the entertainment section. So they're still there in the adult collector section, but also check your end caps, because that's where I found the Christmas with the Joker. Apparently they had just dropped an entire case there, and able to pick him up. He was the last one that I needed, and I'll be able to put together that Maxi-Zeus. So that makes it feel a little bit better that I paid $130. I mean, that's whatever it was, $30 a piece plus tax and whatnot to get Bruce Wayne. But it was a figure, like I said, that we never had. And the cool part about this guy, a double cool thing, at least the homage to one of the original Batman the Animated Series Kenner figures. I don't remember what they called it, but he had a cape that ended up turning into a glider. It'd fold out, and he had that cool little ray gun accessory. So that was kind of dope as well. When it comes to Target, oh man, well, Target's knocking it out of the park. How about Street Fighter 2. Dude, these are awesome. I'm really getting excited again about this line. Last year, towards the end of the year, I was just getting a little down on it. The characters were just the regular human ones, maybe the ones you'd call maybe the most popular, but I don't know. I mean, everybody has their own favorite, and I think that's awesome, especially when you go to the Ultimate Street Fighter line like this, where you've got pretty much all the characters from that 90s game. I think it was 93 or 94 when it came out. And that was just so awesome. I had it on Genesis and just absolutely loved playing it. My brother would play with along against me sometimes. Just a lot of fun. And now that they're getting to characters like Blanca and Sagat, these guys are beasts when you look at them compared to, say, Chun-Li or even Fei Long. looking really awesome there. They dwarf Ken. I mean, Ken and Ryu, right? Same body, just different heads. And it's a guy in a karate gi, which is fine, but it's not the most exciting. And Guile starting to get a little more exciting when it comes to the sculpt and the detail. I like DJ, but I'm waiting for his Player 2 version because that color scheme, if they do it right, should be the green and blue. Those that color. I loved that as a kid. That was my favorite skin for DJ, and loved playing as him with his whatever his attack was. I don't know what it's called. Yeah, that cool kick as well. But he throw an energy bolt at you. These guys are awesome. Looking forward to popping these open as well. Target also came through, I think. Let's see. I think we got these from Targets. This is the Batman Year 2 and Deadshot when it comes to McFarlane's collector edition. I already have the regular version of this one open, so I might hold off on popping him for just a little bit. But Deadshot, I got to find a place on the shelf because, quite frankly, the McFarlane shelf is full, and I've got to do a lot of rearranging there. McFarlane doing some great stuff with the Fidgetals, able to find these guys at Walmart. So check your Walmarts. They are hitting now, and they're doing restocks because I think this was the second time around in our area that we were able to find these. This is a really dope, I mean, it's jokey. It's a wacky version of Two-Face there. But this is the kind of Two-Face that I would have seen in the comics when I was a kid, especially around the time that the post-crisis of Infinite Earths, whenever they were reintroducing Jason Todd, he was having that first little bit. The Two-Face was the first guy that he really came up against as when it comes to the Rogues Gallery of villains. I decided to go with the Platinum version of Dr. Fate because I think it looks a little bit more realistic on a shelf of superheroes, if they can look realistic at all. But, you know, I think that bright gold version just kind of sticks out like a sore thumb. It just looks a little more something than I'd like it to when it comes to my display. So those guys are pretty cool. Superman, this may be, Justin and I were talking. Let us know in the comments below. Tell us what you think. Definitely the best McFarlane Superman so far. Maybe the best Superman ever. Like, ever. This checks a lot of boxes. And, I mean, it's that, look at that. Look at that. Tell me that is not for men of a certain age, women of a certain age, collectors of a certain age, that is not Superman when you think about it. That was not the Superman that you had on your lunchbox and thermos when you were a kid. Your metal lunchbox, by the way, and your actual thermos brand thermos. Yeah, that was super cool. And this is it. This is it realized in plastic at a great scale. He's taller than Batman, or at least as tall as Batman is now. Taller than some, but at least as tall as the Hush version, which is kind of my go-to. Right up there with Wonder Woman. It makes the Trinity look awesome. So if you're thinking about it, probably the best value right now for a Superman. I think he's, what, maybe 25 bucks. Again, find him at Walmart. Haul-a-thons going on, though, across the street at Target. When it comes to Ninja Turtles, that's really the big thing. A lot of the Mirage stuff is hitting. Justin really hitting it hard. He's just a really big Ninja Turtle fan, and I love that about him. So it's great to see him get excited about all the Ninja Turtle stuff, and I love to see the videos when he's out there hunting. So the deal that we have, if you've ever wondered about that, is like if you find stuff, like I always say, you know what, dude, like you get for you. This is your thing. Like I'm not, but he always calls me up and is like, hey, you want this? And I'm like, yeah, sure. And with these guys, God bless him, they didn't have another set, and he just picked them up for me. So he does me solids all the time like that, but he is just an action figure fiend when it comes to finding them, and he really loves the hunt, and I completely understand that. Back when I was a younger lad and my knees worked better, I loved getting out there and hunting too, but nowadays I'm doing a lot more online purchases. So while he was able to find April O'Neil in the wild, I went the online route. And of course the NECA store. They were happy to sell me our good friend Leatherhead here. A couple of different head sculpts, of course. He's got the one with the eye patch, which I believe, yes, is the crocodile one that's on him in the package, and that's more of an alligator head sculpt. So, you know, pick your poison when it comes to our good friend Leatherhead. All right. It wouldn't be a week going by if we didn't have some kind of wrestling edition coming to the collection. It's been our latest obsession. jumping in hard. Again, always been a wrestling fan, but only in the last 6 months did I give myself permission to actually pick anything up. And now Justin introduced me to Mercari, so Rey Mysterio Jr. joined the family this week, a version from back in the old school WCW days when he was but a young lad doing all of his luchador stuff, just bringing a lot of great high-flying stuff to WCW at the time. And then Shawn Michaels from his glory days when he was wearing them old zebra strap pants. Too sexy for his shoit. Yokozuna in the 90s, the time frame that I really love the most, the late 80s to mid 90s. I mean, I'll go up to Ruthless Aggression, but I stop right there, and I've only just now started back watching. But Yokozuna in his heyday, back in 92, 93, he was awesome. What a great heel champ. And I was finally able to, thanks to eBay, pick this guy up for a decent price because he's been out for a little while. But the really cool part, the dude shipped him in a Ringside Collectibles protector case. Super cool. Didn't have to do that. Just really awesome. Very much appreciated there. Yokozuna. Gotta enjoy opening him up. And oh yeah, dude. Cup of coffee in the big time with a Macho Man. Randy Savage, probably my favorite wrestler of all time. Just excited to have this version also at a great price, courtesy of, I think maybe this one was Mercari as well. But just awesome. No, this was eBay. This was definitely eBay as well, now that I think about it. Shipped in a protector case. Didn't have to do that. Toy Karma is great. Guys, what are you finding out there? Let us know. We'd love to talk about it. We'd like to interact with you as much as possible. I mean, that's what makes this hobby fun. It's great to have this stuff, but we like to talk about it. We like to show each other our collections. We like to interact with it. So guys, let us know what you're collecting, what you're seeing out there, and what you'd like to see here on the channel when it comes to toy hunts and toy collecting. Guys, we appreciate you stopping on by. And remember the words of the wise warrior Sage Bane, sometimes the courtesy flesh is for yourself. Guys, be safe. We'll see you on the next one.